Well, I can say, no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't.
Tiwa, this discussion was meant to be an effort by Donald Trump to win over voters of colour. What went wrong?
Well, I think you can hear just how much did go wrong at the end of that clip there. His answers did elicit gasps from the crowd. I mean, it was a tense event to say the least. Before it even took place, there were a number of prominent black journalists who actually questioned the decision to invite Trump to what was the National Association of Black Journalists convention in Chicago. And that's because of previous incendiary comments that they say he's made about race. And you could say that he proved them right at that event. He questioned Kamala Harris's black identity, saying, quote, "I didn't know she was black." And that's despite the vice president having identified for a very long time as a black woman and attending, of course, Howard, a very prestigious and famous historically black university in the States. So this was really supposed to be Trump's response to the sort of groundswell of enthusiasm that Harris has seen from voters of color, particularly in the black and Hispanic communities. Trump campaign are really trying to respond to this. He was keeping up with Joe Biden, interestingly, on this measure whilst Biden was in the race. But now the latest Bloomberg poll for July is showing that Harris has the support of 75% of black voters. That's compared to just 19% for Trump. It's very important for both candidates to do well in this measure. Trump partly won his 2016 race actually against Hillary Clinton because fewer black voters turned out to vote. So turnout actually jumped 14% amongst black voters in 2020, and that helped Biden win. So it's obviously a very important measure for both campaigns.
How has the Harris campaign responded then?
Well, Kamala Harris's response has been quite similar to what we've seen her do thus far. She highlighted the inappropriate nature of the comments quickly. She was actually speaking at a historically black sorority convention in Houston. So she did address the comments. She called the language divisive and she said it was disrespectful. And at the same time, it was consistent with this picture that she's been trying to paint of Donald Trump as being someone that cannot help but to be unreliable, dishonest. She's referred to some of his comments as weird. She said it's the same old show, which really encapsulates the picture she's trying to paint. She also referenced previously when talking about Donald Trump's convictions that she knows Donald Trump's type, and that's something she's trying to drive home to voters. She is the honest antidote to his dishonesty and his inappropriateness.
Tiwa, what about what else is being said about this in terms of other commentary after this exchange?
Well, on the Democratic side, there's been uproar at these comments. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, said that no one has any right to tell someone who they are or how they identify. And we've also heard from other political figures in the States, like Representative Richie Torres of New York. He described Donald Trump as a relic of a racist past. And actually on the Republican side, however, some of Trump's biggest supporters have been quick to jump to his defense. Running mate J.D. Vance pointing to the media reaction, saying it's hysterical. And that's been characteristic of this Trump campaign. They have on numerous occasions described the media reaction as somewhat biased towards them. And it's something that perhaps they'll continue to drive home as the campaign continues.